I'm KayLi Lum, and you're tuned in to Insider TV. Welcome to Inside Beijing, your monthly guide on where to go and what to do in China's northern capital.
Coming up, we'll cover everything from the city's ancient history and culture to the remarkably fast-growing shopping opportunities that have made Beijing a shopper's paradise. Then it's time for a selection of unique local food, international dining, and colorful nightlife that makes Beijing one of the most energetic cities in Asia. For all this and more, stay tuned to Insider TV.
Beijing is growing so rapidly that streets and restaurants and entire city blocks that may have been there last year are now gone, replaced in some cases by wider streets and modern shops. So do make sure that your maps are up to date. But really, why would you still be using paper maps when there are apps by developers such as MX Data and GuideCall that offer free, offline, up-to-date maps of the city and subway for your smartphone? The subway is both fast and reliable. Stops are announced in English and Chinese with color-coded lines and bilingual signs. And at a flat fare of just 2 renminbi one way, no matter where you go, this is by far the most efficient way to travel around the city.
Relying on buses can be a frustrating experience unless it's a short hop on and off. Getting a seat can be near impossible, especially during rush hour where heavy congestion can make Beijing feel like it's moving in slow motion. However, the growing amount of bus-only lanes across the city aims to speed things up.
Taxis are the most convenient way of getting around the city. But do prepare your destination in Chinese beforehand, as most taxi drivers here do not speak English. And when hailing a taxi, make sure you get into an official taxi where there's a sign on the roof and driver's registration on the dashboard.
More than 5 million cars are currently on the road in the Chinese capital, and even its 8-lane ring roads regularly grind to a halt. As a response, new rules came into force in January 2011, requiring car buyers to enter a lottery for a number plate. Only 20,000 car registrations are available each month, and those with registrations are only permitted to drive on public road space 6 days of the week.
Beijing is one of the most visited cities in the world, and every year, millions of tourists flock to Beijing to see the Chinese capital. Also known as a city of all seasons, you can always find something here for yourself no matter what your interests are or when you're here.
Beijing Opera, or Peking Opera, is the quintessence of China. It's a form of traditional Chinese theatre that combines music, vocal performance, mime, dance, and acrobatics. The most impressive Buddhist temple in Beijing is Lama Temple. It was built in 1694 and is the largest and best preserved lamasery of Yelwo sect in Beijing. It is the only temple in Beijing to have its own subway stop. The Greenwich Village of Beijing, 798 Art Space, is located in a 50-year-old out-of-service military factory complex and consists of many design rooms, art galleries, exhibitions, and artist studios. It is said that the real culture of Beijing is the Hutong culture, seen in peculiar ancient alleys of Beijing. Shichahai Hutong is a famous scenic area that includes 3 lakes, Qianhai, Houhai, and Xihai. The Ming Tombs is a World Cultural Heritage Site located in the peaceful countryside. The construction of this imperial cemetery started in 1409 and took more than 200 years to complete. Known as the 13 Tombs, this is the burial site that lays rest to 13 out of 17 emperors of the Ming Dynasty. Beijing's Summer Palace is a park-like imperial retreat spread out over 10 square miles. It is the largest and most complete imperial garden existing in China. Temple of Heaven has been one of the most holy places in China for more than 5 centuries. A popular site for early morning Kung Fu and Tai Chi enthusiasts. Unique features of the temple are the lines of century-old trees. Located in the heart of Beijing city, Tiananmen Square is the largest city square in the world. It is a site for massive parades, and at sunset and sunrise, the raising and lowering of the Chinese national flag is a ceremony worth watching. As the saying goes, one who fails to reach the Great Wall is not a true hero. No trip to Beijing or China is complete without visiting the Great Wall. The Great Wall was continuously built from the 3rd century BC to the 17th century AD on the northern border of the country, as the great military defense project of successive Chinese empires, with a total length of more than 20,000 kilometers. And today, most sections are well preserved and are mainly the remains from the Ming Dynasty, an era of huge construction.
Consisting of over 9,000 rooms and spread out over 250 acres, this large palace complex was built between 1406 and 1420. It has since been burnt down, rebuilt and renovated countless times. So what you actually see today dates back to the 18th century during the Qing Dynasty. Since 2007, Elizabeth Koch's designs have decorated the heads of A-listers and the pages of international fashion magazines. The Beijing-based Dutch designer is also an expert in backstreet boutiques and other hidden gems. And lucky me, she's offered to take me on a tour. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, KayLi.
Elizabeth Koch.
Nice to finally meet you.
Thank you for coming. I'm so glad to have you here. Please sit down.
Thank you. I've heard so much about you, your creation, and your shop.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. And I see like all your creations are so funky and so cool.
And they're each unique pieces.
I'm sure.
One of each handmade.
How long have you been in Beijing?
6 years now.
Wow, that's pretty long.
I know. This is my 3rd studio.
Yeah.
And my biggest studio. So it's going very well.
Nice. And I hear that you've like decorated the heads of like A-listers. It's kind of
right.
glamorous.
That's right. Yes, Stella McCartney, Paul Smith.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of the Chinese celebrities, which many Westerners
may not know. Okay.
Zhang Ziyi.
Oh wow. Okay. Do you have like any like pictures you could show us?
I have my portfolio right here. I wanted to show you.
Oh great. Okay.
So
cool.
have a look at all these amazing covers of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar,
Wow.
Figaro.
How long does it usually take to make one head, usually on average?
It takes about anything from 3 days to a week, depending on what the client wants.
Okay, right.
I've had some interesting requests.
What's the most like interesting and unique request?
Well, for a horse race, I had a client who wanted a horse on the hat, and I couldn't get a horse, but it had to have a jockey on it too, and the jockey had to be wearing the same leather clothes that her handbag and shoes were made out of. Not kidding.
Wow.
It was really bad.
Do you have a photo of that?
Jockey. I've got pictures somewhere. Sure.
Okay. That's so cool.
I know. She wore it to the Melbourne Cup.
Ah, right. Yes, the Melbourne Cup. That's like where everything's about hats and like nice dressing.
November's a busy time for me. And of course, there's Kentucky Derby and Royal Ascot.
Ooh. What about in Beijing? Are there like events like that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Such as?
There's a lot of, ANZA, the Australian and New Zealand Association, they organize a Melbourne Cup event every year.
Cool.
For which they
this is such a niche industry, and yet you're like, wow, like events everywhere, every other week. And
it's true. Before I
day.
came here, I didn't know if there was a demand for it, and I hadn't done any market research.
Okay.
But I came here and I hit the ground running, and it's been crazy ever since. Within 6 months, I had a 12-page spread in Harper's Bazaar.
Wow.
It exploded in a good way, and I'm still running. It's still
but what
strong.
brought you to Beijing? Like, if you didn't know like the demand, you know.
Well, my husband was offered a job here, and so I also started my job here. And I went to millinery school to do it. I was working in banking for 5 years, and in Amsterdam and Brussels. And I quit my job, went to millinery school in the UK, came here.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what made you decide on pursuing this? After like being in banking?
I've always been making things since I was little. It's totally natural progression. I'd been making things my whole life. Even after I'd get home from the bank, I'd be knitting and drawing, and I'd wear these crazy creations to the bank. I was like trying to break out of this boring pinstripe world, and I was wearing red suits and.
I hear you.
Anyway, now that I'm making hats, all my old colleagues are like, "Oh, I understand you better now."
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, could I take a, try out some of your hats?
Would you like to try some on?
Absolutely.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Great.
So, what suggestions have you got for me?
Well, I've been looking at the colors of your dress and your height and face shape and body shape. So I've got some great hats for you.
Nice. Oh, this is cool.
So have a look in the mirror over there.
Wow. How does this look? Oh, I think this can tell like my mood.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Maybe I should change it. This one I love. These are pheasant feathers, and they're not dyed. These are actually their color with this.
Wow.
It's a golden pheasant.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, some mystery.
So there's a hatter who makes men's hats and a milliner who makes women's hats.
Now I know the difference.
Mad Hatter. Do you know why the Mad Hatter's called the Mad Hatter?
Oh, because of the it's some toxic material that he's burning,
Mercury,
right?
right.
Mercury, yeah. I wanted to ask you, like, has anyone ever called you a Mad Hatter?
Of course. The Mad Hatter, Beijing's Mad Hatter, hat lady.
But isn't that cool?
It's cool, it's cool.
I would love to be called a Mad Hatter and coming up with like funky hats.
Well, some of my hats are mad, so I don't even mind.
Because you've been here for like 6 years, I'm sure you know like some back alleys. Like
I do actually. Yes.
You've got to take us there today.
Oh, I'd love to. Great.
Okay, great.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. So is this the place? There you go.
Place where we're gonna have the manicures. It's
cool.
the no-frill manicure place to go.
That's the best thing.
It's
right?
great for people watching. You'll see.
Okay, cool. All right.
This is where we came from, Stanley Chun Soho.
Yeah.
Much newer. You can definitely see the difference even with these buildings over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Great.
Cool.
So I love to bring guests here when they come because they've never seen such a no-frills manicure place.
So how did you find out about this place?
Well, I was walking around this market, and there's so many of these manicure places here, and I thought, how do you know which one is the best one?
Yeah.
And I met a Chinese girl who was sitting at this one, like right around where you're sitting now.
Okay.
And she said, I've been coming here for years. This is the best one. I was like, well, she must know since she's local.
Yeah.
And I've been coming here ever since. That was 6 years ago.
And I see like over here, some ladies are like drinking like wine or something.
They're drinking champagne over there.
That's nice, man.
So this is Nelly Patio.
Yeah.
It's kind of Spanish in feel because the owners are from Spain. And it's a great place to meet up, eat, and boutique shopping.
Oh yeah, and you did mention Paloma Sanchez, right?
That's right, I did. The shop's right over there.
Ah, okay,
Shall I go
cool.
in?
Yeah, for sure. Paloma Sanchez.
Hello, Paloma. I brought somebody to see you today. Good to see you again. Paloma is from Spain. She's a gemologist and makes really amazing, unique pieces.
How long have you been in Beijing and what actually brought you here?
Okay, I've been here for 7.5 years already. I came with a big Swiss watch brand. And then when the contract for China expired, instead of going back to my job in Spain, I just quit and opened my own business. So this has been going on for 4.5 years.
Okay, so you've always known that this is the thing that you want?
No, I didn't. When I finished school, I didn't know what to do. So I had a boyfriend my parents didn't like. So they sent me, they said, why don't you go to Venezuela? Because somebody of the family was there.
Okay.
So I went to Venezuela, and there I started going to the diamond mines in the jungle. And the whole world opened to me.
Right.
So I guess destiny. If I didn't go to Venezuela, I don't know where, but I would be a lawyer or something like that.
Okay. Do you have like a piece that that's really special to you, like in the shop right now?
Okay. Is this piece? So this is Tahiti black pearl, is 15 millimeters diamond, and this is silicium. Is an element. I mean, you know, silicium everywhere is the most common material in the earth. Okay. But 100% is, I mean, only people dealing with elements. I bought this in Germany in a very from a very old German man who deals with. It's not. Look at this, the texture and everything.
Really light.
Very light.
Surprisingly light.
I just made some pieces for a customer of mine. This is a rough aquamarine.
Wow.
Really pretty. Yeah.
Wow.
This is natural color. I mean, no heating, no nothing. It's really beautiful. This is very amazing. This is not a gemstone. This is actually glass. It's very old glass from the Romans. This is just a piece of broken. It's a piece of glass from a broken piece.
Oh my God.
From the Romans, it's more than 2,000 years old. 2,000 and more years old.
Wow.
Romans used to make, and we also glass with sand. Sand has iron. Iron oxidizes. And when it oxidizes, it makes this beautiful color.
Wow.
So this has been on the sea for more than 2,000 years.
Right now we're going to a German designer named Katrin von Rechenberg, Katrin von Rechenberg. And she makes amazing couture clothes. She studied in Paris.
Yeah.
What's so great though is her studio is here in this hutong, and all her clothes are made there too, and her showroom. So
yeah,
let's go see this.
Okay.
She has quite a large client basis here and has amazing fashion shows twice a year.
Wow. Wow. It's gonna be a quick. Oh, that's so cute. Qing Qing.
Hi, Klaus.
Hi, ni hao.
How are you? Is Katrin here today?
Yes.
Hey,
This is KayLi.
Ni hao. How. Hi, KayLi. Nice to meet you.
I'm Katrin. Hi to you again.
This dye with the plant roots.
Yeah.
So this is the side which is under the sun, and this is what is on the grass. So it's really the sun which fixes the color.
So you came to China specifically for the tea silk?
Yes. Actually, when I knew about the tea silk in Paris from this Taiwanese fashion designer, and we worked quite well together. She brought me to Taiwan.
All right, thank you so much for your time bringing us around. I feel I should be a creator right now.
I'm sure you have a creative gene inside of you.
I'm sure you've got like tons of work waiting for you.
It's okay.
But yeah,
it's been so much fun to show you around my city.
Thank you so much, and I'll see you again.
Okay, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.